Autonomic nervous system. Before going to this topic, first we have to revise organization of nervous system. Nervous system is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. We have studied about the central nervous system and it includes brain and spinal cord. Now we are heading toward the peripheral nervous system, and peripheral nervous system is divided into two types: somatic nervous system, which carry 31 pairs of spinal nerves and 12 pairs of cranial nerve. This is 31 pairs of spinal nerves, 8 pairs of cervical nerves, 12 pairs of thoracic nerve, 5 pairs of lumbar nerve and 5 pairs of sacral nerve, and one is coccygeal nerve. So all these are 31 pairs of spinal nerve which carry different senses and different motor messages to the body and to the brain. Now cranial nerve. There are 12 cranial nerve that emerges from the brain. So their name is cranial nerve because they are emerging from the brain, from the different areas of the brain. And the 12 nerves are: the first is olfactory, second is optic, third is oculomotor, fourth is trochlear, fifth is trigeminal, which carry the sensation of the face, fifth is the trigeminal nerve, and sixth is abducent nerve, seventh is facial nerve, eighth is vestibulocochlear nerve, that is related to the ear, ninth is glossopharyngeal nerve, 10th is vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve of our body, 11th is accessory nerve, and 12th is hypoglossal nerve. So these are the 12 cranial nerve. So the peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system carries 31 pairs of spinal nerve and 12 pairs of cranial nerve. Now focus toward the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is divided into the sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. First we are discussing about the sympathetic nervous system. Now from sympathetic nervous system emerges from the spinal cord. This is section of the spinal cord, and in this side there is somatic nervous it have mentioned somatic nervous system, and here autonomic nervous system. This is showing about the autonomic nervous system. Now from the lateral horn of the spinal cord some fibers arises which are actually autonomic in the nature. That red color fibers are the autonomic fibers, and they are emerging from the lateral horn of the spinal cord, and then they come to the anterior horn and then comes out from the cord via anterior horn and proceed onward for some distance and then join to the sympathetic ganglion. Sympathetic ganglion are the ganglion which are situated lateral to the spinal cord. So actually it is ganglionic chain which is situated lateral to the spinal cord. So this fiber is known as preganglionic fiber because it is emerging from the spinal cord and then going toward the ganglion. So this is known as preganglionic fiber, and it is myelinated, and so it looks white in color. So it is also known as white ramus communication. Now after when it reaches toward the ganglion, then what happens? Now here it makes synapses, and these synapses go up and down, moves up and down, and join to the other ganglions. From these synapses postganglionic fiber emerges. Now the postganglionic fibers emerges from this ganglion, and this postganglionic fiber emerges from the sympathetic chain trunk to join the spinal nerve. And when they run this blue color spinal nerve, it follow the course of the spinal nerve. This blue color fiber is spinal nerve, and then this postganglionic fiber actually follow the course of the spinal nerve, and this fiber is known as postganglionic fiber, and it is non-myelinated, so it is known as gray rami communicant. It looks gray, so it is known as gray rami communicant. So there are two communicants. This nerve fiber, this autonomic nerve fibers, divided into the preganglionic fiber and postganglionic fiber. Preganglionic fiber is emerging from the spinal cord and it ends at the ganglion, and it is also known as white communicants. While when the fiber leaving the ganglion and it runs its course with the somatic nerve fiber, then it is known as postganglionic fiber, and this postganglionic fiber is also known as gray rami communicants. So this is about the sympathetic nerve fiber. This is something about the emerging of the sympathetic fibers. Now, ganglionic sympathetic trunk. Yes, this is ganglionic sympathetic trunk. It is situated immediately lateral to the vertebral column and arises from T1 to L3, L2 or L3. It ends L2 up to the L2 and L3. So the fibers